We're struggling. I'm struggling.
Okay, right hand pushes up on it, deflects it upward. Left hand catches it and you run through it. He ducks under and rises again. You push it up and catch, slide in, armpit to armpit.
And going here.
Trying to watch that you don't break yours. You want to break his. There you go.
Is this a good knockout again? Or
Yeah.
a hip bump?
Yeah, it's a hip bump with a screwy arm grip.
When you're going hand and wrist, right?
No. It looks like udigurami, but it's not. Just like getting out there. Right? So you wind up and give me the uppercut. Right, left. And my intent's just to run him over. Slam into him and knock him off of me. Oh, he's good. So it's basically this big. It's just got a crazy grip to it.
What's the
The grip is switched to cover his elbow. And grab your own forearm.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like grab your.
Yeah, it's a figure four, but it's not on your wrist.
What was Leon doing?
It's not this guy.
You saw. What was Leon doing? What was the way you normally do it? You're grabbing here.
Some people are going like this, but we're going like this.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All the way in the spine line.
Okay, here, pause for a second. Let me have it. All right, he gives me the uppercut. Right hand deflects it, left hand takes it, and I run through him to knock him off of me. He does some cool receiving. Winds up here again. I extend him into that thing again. All right. This thing is just a sort of, by the way, you can hold onto his arm like that. So we get to here. Figure four on his upper arm. I don't actually have the lock. And step into this thing.
So is that to take down for control? Because the Remy Nagi would fit in there pretty much.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that this could become if you massage it this way a little bit or that way a little bit.
But that gives you a takedown and control.
Right. It could be this thing. It could be that. It could be that thing. There's a lot of stuff. And he illustrates breaking his pocket at the beginning. So it sort of is an Ariminagi.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're occupying his space and breaking his posture.
That's where the figure four is taken up.
Yeah.
How do I make it? First way I go. This hand, keep that contact all the way around. This hand. I can't stand over here.
Yeah, you just stay with the same.
Oh my goodness, you switched hands.
They have a hand on the elbow, right?
Right.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
what's the initial contact again?
It's right arm deflecting upward.
And then
Hold
the
on,
other
left hand on the elbow.
Hang on just a second. Yame! Here's, this thing looks so much like this, and it looks so much like something you'd see in a fight that it might be kind of cool to illustrate it in the evil, violent way that you see it in Goshin Jutsu. All right, so you guys are in the runway there. All right. So, dude, if I happen to get my hand in here, I'm not going to try to control this thing and throw him over there. I'm just going to deflect it and then take up all of his space and knock him off of it. Okay? So we're doing the same thing slowly and precisely and gently so that we don't throw him out the window. We get here, put a hand on him and throw him out the window, and he somehow manages to save himself. And he comes back into you. Crikey, let's change this thing up some. All right. So the kind of cool, kind of evil, violent thing comes out of the other kata, Goshin Jutsu, where I happen to get this between us. And you just lunge through him. Okay. If somehow he manages to save himself from that, and this idea appears in a lot of Aikido. If he manages to save himself, I had better be blending and moving and changing. All right, you see that same thing pretty much everywhere. In Aikido, from a self-defense standpoint, we only have one response, and that is when somebody creeps us out by getting closer than this, you step out of his way and run through his face with two hands on him, right? So a guy comes in, crikey, right? So that's the only thing that you learn from self-defense point of view in Aikido. But then there's guys that every so often won't work on. So if your initial response of out of the way and spear through him does not work, you had better switch to a yielding, Aiki receiving sort of a framework. So, whoa, I know the answer to that. Oh, crikey. I don't know what the answer is. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, it's got this give and take feel, just like some of the other stuff. It's also sort of an homage to Goshin Jutsu. Or, well, since it was 70 years earlier, it's a precursor. Okay. You can get a cool arm lock here, but you can't control his rise. Check this out. Let me show you something. We get here, and I run through him, and somehow he manages to save himself. All right? And he rises, and I unplug him from the ground again and then hit him with my whole body. Right? And the arm thing is just sort of a by the way, right? So instead of having up here, you would like to have here because you can actually exert some lift on him to exaggerate his lift. Right? We get here, and he saves himself.
Oh, yeah, that's a big lift right there.
Right?
Yeah.
Once I get there, I run my shoulder through you.
Right.
With my leg behind you.
Right.
All the previous evil. Right?
Either way, it's irrelevant.
Now, if I don't have
Yeah, there you
you gotta let me warn you first. She's giving you fair warning.
Which kata are we in? Come on, Batman. What kata are we doing?
That's one.
I'm not doing a reap.
Right.
I'm doing something like a stomp or a gotcha.
I was wondering if your foot was coming all the way behind both or just one. Looks like it's coming behind one almost.
I was telling him, we used to do this thing when we were young and liked to hurt each other, where we would step in here and sidekick into the ground.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. We're just doing it reasonably. So if my foot will go here, I'll pick up my heel and it'll go a little further, then I put my weight on it. And if I'm holding this arm, it breaks posture. All right?
Okay, now.
Oh, how did he save himself? Now he's rising. So he took up on this. And step in.
There you go.
Cool. That's kind of cool.
Right? Got it right.
Try and put that thing down.
You just a little flick and you got that one too.
That's right.
There you go. Now you got it. There you go. I can't turn it. You got that right there.
Like Popeye or something.
That's just an artifact of who we are.
Right.
The combination of,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, come on with it.
you know that answer, right? You know I could do that. You win.
Thank you.
Which way is the hand at the beginning?
That's a rising cat. I just happened to get my hand.
So there. Oh, and then you go side in.
I'm trying to slam in.
Yeah.
Into it and bust it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, crazy. What did he do?
That'll work, yeah.
Push into it.
Step in.
Yeah, push that on. Good.
There.
Yeah, put your heel down. There you go.
Yeah? Okay. Can I try again?
Must have been laughing 130 years ago when he wrote this stuff down. He was saying, Americans are going to be doing this in 130 years.
I have no idea.
So, yeah, we're going to, all right, I'm going to show you the fist again.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to reach over here and get my blackjack, pick it up, and bonk you on the head.
Okay.
So, yeah, grab your whatever, pick it up. This looks familiar. All right, he turns and he pushes. As before, I end up behind the plane, make the switch as before, but this time instead of raising this thing up, I roll along it and take up the slack to here. And it's just a bar right across the throat. All right. There it is. Grab you a sap. Shall we do it from maybe this angle? There it is. Okay.
Question. Is that a strike with a knife for the weapon?
Now it's a,
Hammer fist?
it's just a weird shaped conch on the head. It's actually knuckles first. So it's turning over here. There's a lot of stuff that I don't know. The whys and how comes, but he sort of shows it, gathers up some key powers over here, and then conks me on the head.
I'm on you, I'm still on you. You caught me off when I started.
Good. This time instead of pulling it up, keep it low against your belly. So that's what I was saying. Once we get to here, pick this off, I just roll my belly up his arm backwards.
Okay.
I get a
Arm bar then.
snazzy arm bar.
Don't catch you.
Cool.
I'm not getting arm bars.
Before it was high here.
Yeah.
This time, when you pick it off of you,
Uh-huh.
we're here. And I've turned around. We pick it off of you. Leave it low and roll your belly up, his arm back.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. So you're moving him around.
Or he's moving around me.
I'm barring his arm across my belly. It's a harigatami. Yeah, keep it down there.
And more across the belly.
Here, let Pat do it. He walks it up good.
Oh,
That is a nice arm. Yeah,
See, he's got it right as he turns into it.
yeah, yeah. Nothing, no play there.
managing slack.
This, thing
Oh, yeah.
I'm just letting you,
There you go.
like you're pushing. I was a little too far out there. Yeah, you're, watch this. You're grabbing that. Yeah.
Hey,
We're gonna do this other kind.
Ryan, can you turn your hand over? Control this way, they step out of it.
Get it right
Like
there.
that, one second, Rick.
Okay, all right, got it.
Turn around. But this time,
He's right there. Good. Turn him around. Count a little slower. There you go. Harigatami. Good. Somebody just said this was a knuckle sandwich with dressing. You know how in the floating throws in Judo, we get here, turn that arm over and take the slack out of it, and then this thing is much more effective. That takes the slack out so that the rise of the whatever is more effective. We get here, push, 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 and he pushes. There's your little ninja secret detail that I didn't tell you about. As I'm taking all the slack out of his arm right there, and even more than grabbing his neck, I'm sort of just laying on that shoulder, kind of uncomfortable.
Clever.
I mean, it doesn't take any brains from there to figure out something to do to his neck. So, figure out what to do to his arm and his shoulder to control him.
At the, where you knuckle, you this is just to keep you sitting on. So that when I step, see how easy that turns? Now they're I'm not worried about letting you grip it all here either. This is just.
That's a harigatami. Mostly you see harigatami stretched out under your belly. But you can do harigatami across, diagonally across the belly. Another thing, he has pushed me here. Right? Take the slack out of this thing by turning it until it doesn't turn anymore.
That helps. You got a little bit of stretch on that too.
Oh, okay. I was thinking I needed to be right behind him.
You can be.
Yeah, but then I have to be. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's not about tactics. It's about strategy.
Right.
Okay.
You meant that, didn't you?
Maybe. Or something.
Or something?
It's sort of tactical in that you're given some, I'll push here, you push here. It's sort of tactical in that you can discuss things like, take all the slack out. Right. Twisting his hand here. Right. But there's not as much prescription about how you walk around here and where you stand.
That was a big step you took.
Those 2-3 steps. Right.
Well, you had a good stretch on that arm and a good, you had all the slack in that arm.
Yeah.
You didn't want
You know
any-
how we get in here in Ju-no-kata,
Right.
and when we do floating throws,
Right.
you turn the finger up to take all the slack out, and all of a sudden this is a lot more effective
Right.
than here.
Right. Right. Yeah.
We're managing slack
Right.
in both of our bodies.
Yeah. That's right.
There you go. It stays low this time. After you pick it off of your elbow, take all the slack out of it and roll it up over your belly.
Oh, okay. All right. I get you.
This thing comes out of, it's like in a locker.
Can you show me this again?
Sure. So you caught me on the head. 2 or 3 steps to do semi-toshi. He turns and pushes that off.
Okay.
Oh, he brings the elbow up. Okay.
There you go. I twist this just a little bit to take some slack out of it.
Okay.
Stand right behind his elbow
Elbow. Okay.
and grab his neck.
Okay. Okay. You got that?
Yeah.
What about the neck?
You're not actually crushing the neck. I mean, I was telling somebody, once you get here, it doesn't take any imagination or brains to think up something to do to his neck.
Okay.
So what you're really concentrating on is controlling shoulder
And elbow.
and arm,
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
controlling his posture.
Beforehand, roll around the arm and get it tight, and I can.
Here, check this out. This is kind of cool. You know how in Ju-no-kata, in the floating throws, we get in here and we tell people to turn that little finger upward
Okay.
because that makes this much more effective.
Right.
And then you do your floating throw. If you have this in your grip, it's flat. I have to put a lot more of it in this thing fast, as if I'll take the slide. We're doing the same thing, right? I take 2 or 3 steps and try to swing a toshi. He pushes that off.
See where he's at, too?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Roger.
All right. He wants to run around.
You're just placing his hips.
He wants to run around me. And I stop him from running around me.
So you got him on the right foot. I was trying to get him on the left foot. You're getting him on the right foot.
I really don't care which foot he stands on. I want to control his posture and his ability to move.
Okay. You have to put the same
so this
idea of the knee
thing-
behind your knees.
I was also telling him from this sort of position, it doesn't take any brains to figure out, do something to his neck. Right? So what we're really concentrating on here is controlling his posture through his chest or his shoulder and his arm.
Yeah, but I had him on the wrong foot.
I'm gonna bust you, sucker. There you go. Turn his arm just a little. There you go. Now slip this behind him just a little bit. There you go. Just enough to get this arm around him good.
For some reason, he's giving this to me right now, but this is where I feel this is where I need to be.
Right.
You can't do anything. I don't want to have to do anything to this road.
That's right.
How do I get there?
If I start to struggle, then you can start to bear down. Okay, this one or that one. This one. Yeah, over my center.
Good.
Just, yeah, they're
Is it the fact that you're backing up at this point?
Well, here's what I think I'm doing. Let me have it for a second. Just like your turn for sailing Nagi, you clamp on. When I get this thing, I'm turning and clamping on. I'm controlling with my lat muscles and my waki.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
Beforehand, I was just,
Right.
yeah, and I feel like I can just drop a button right here.
I don't think it's a neck thing. I think it's a whole upper body posture.
Yeah, because you've got me down here and down here. That's why I'm seeing this on the right foot. Primarily.
Right.
What do you mean?
When I duck underneath, he comes in here, he comes in here.
That's the thing, you got, I never,
He pushes.
most I learned.
Am I going under, am I going down too far?
I
Right.
just want to try to blame the guy.
Okay.
Exercise here, doesn't have that spark. Try to build something.
There's some, you know how in Aikido, in our normal mode of practice, when we do this thing, there's all sorts of space right? So we can do it nice up here. Well, here he has hooked us together here, and I'm supposed to do some release or something, right? So I've got to distort my posture some to get under that.
10 characters, dot 12 characters, dot something.
That's another one of those, as far as I'm concerned, strategy thing. Yield and follow and flow and get behind it.
Right.
And it's not so much yield and flow exactly like this, like thou shalt does. I mean, you can't prescribe how to flow with somebody, can you?
You don't know where they're gonna move.
Right.
You don't know what following is gonna happen.
And then I run that in my pilot, I love it in the pilot.
Where's Nancy at? Instead of the eye poke, Nancy, you ought to call this one the stooge, because you'll never forget how it goes. All right, so he comes up in front of me and he does the stooge poke. And he pushes on that thing, like to push me into Sumitoshi. I push on this thing. This is a reused piece of this kata from before when he turned and grabbed me and picked me up. But this time, instead of grabbing and picking me up, when he turns out of this thing, now I'm going to poke him. He pushes it off over there, push it that way. Yeah, so just brush it off. I switch to here and he pushes on me. And, all right, so it's only sort of complicated because we're both doing the same thing. There was a seminar where Miyake was doing a demonstration of something, and she spun off into some other kata, and she stopped and paused and thought about it for a minute and told her, "Uke, you so bad. You make 7 dan. Screw up." We're here. All right, spin him. I poke him in the eyes. He brushes. I push. He turns.
There we go.
And pick him up. All right, it's the all the This is the most complicated, and the interchange is kind of weird.
I got it now.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're not going to screw me up again. Good. Alright. Play that and I'll see.
I'm attacking, boom. Here, right?
That's right.
I'm just standing still here so far.
Just you can turn and face and move to where you're powerful. Push that off of you. He turns, and you have, as he stands up, you have some control over this arm.
Okay.
So you hold his arm and stab him in the eye with your hand. He brushes that off.
Right.
This is where we
You
got
switch.
stuck.
Then you
Switch
go over
what?
there, right?
Oh.
He
Here.
pushes.
Now, there you go. Yep.
Duck under and hip throw.
Stuck under.
You come on around.
As before, let go and turn.
Oh.
And right there,
Swim.
swim inside. And hip throw.
That's it.
Let's try that again real fast.
You got dollar?
Me, you, me, you, me, you, you.
Here.
Duck under, and when he comes back up, you have his arm and you poke him. He brushes.
I do this now.
It's taking turns. Me, you, me, you.
Right.
Okay. So start over again. He's the boss. She's the boss. He's the boss. She's the boss. Once you duck under and rise, she's the boss. You're the boss. She's the boss.
Nope.
No.
That's me.
You're the boss.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
She's the boss.
And now I spin.
Yeah, me, you, me, you,
His
me.
hand's floating.
Wrap the arm up and
Oh, so grab it here.
yeah,
Grab it.
on all those.
So when
Grab
I do
his
that
elbow and lock
swim, I
it.
grab it.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So you're taking turns.
Okay.
One.
That was just right. Now, he stabs, you brush it off. He switches, you push. And you have to duck under and swim inside to do your hip
So I'm
throw.
reaching for here, so he's doing a hip throw on his right.
They're all left side of the hip throws.
Oh my. Where did I lose it? Midway through,
No, at the
I
very
forgot
end.
who I was
All
attacking.
right, so I'm the attacker, you're doing. I'm doing, you're doing. You're doing, I'm doing. You're doing, I'm doing. You're doing.
Easy for him to say.
We were doing it while going there. So we were changed part of it.
Yes. Good. All right, start over. Start over. And take turns doing. All right, so who's the attacker?
I'll attack him.
All right, you're doing, he's doing. You're doing, he's doing. Now, when you turn, he's doing, you're doing, he's doing. Whoopsie. You got to take turns. You're pushing, he's pushing. You're pushing. He turns under and swims in for the hip throw. You just have to go slow and take turns because it's a long series of tossing the ball back and forth. So I'm the boss, you're the boss. Wait. I'm the boss, you're the boss. Now you have my arm, you're the boss, I'm the boss. You push, I push. And you turn and swim in for a hip throw right there. So just go slow and say me, you, me, you, me, you.
Okay, thank you.
That was good. You did it. Really good.
Good.
That's pretty good. For somebody,